You could have told me what it's been like for you.
I had her under control until very recently.
Now on Disney Plus. Don't miss.
Steven, what did you do?
The global phenomenon.
We have a deal.
Promise, no secrets between us.
God, I wish I could.
Marvel Studios' MoonKnight. New episode streaming Wednesdays. Only on Disney Plus.
Welcome back, Marvel fans, to another Sand in Your Crack adventure here at the B1C. I'm your handsomely talented host, KCB, and we are traveling to the ancient sands of Egypt for the review of MoonKnight episode number 3. From this point forward, I am no longer responsible for the spoilers that I am about to bestow upon you. Before we do, don't forget, if you have not subscribed, you need to, as well as drop a comment in order to get entered into a giveaway that I will give all the details for at the end of the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and share down below. You could be the winner of the big gift card giveaway. It's free money, all for a couple minutes of your time. Guys, this MoonKnight episode, I'll tell you what, it made my mind melt like a weak-kneed teenager after my first kiss. Oh, I mean, really, oh my moon god. If you're seeing what I'm seeing, just think of the ramifications of this episode can have. I mean, the MCU just flashed back 2,000 years. That's a big deal. Anyway, I'll get into that in a little bit, but for now, the episode begins with Layla being the mentor of women that she is, getting herself a false passport from some woman acting like her mom. She knew her dad. I don't know if she's a family friend or just knew the people or part of the family, but she seemed to know him fairly well. I mean, if not, they were awful close either way. And she was warning her not to even go back.
Just avoid your old haunts. Call me sentimental, but I worry about you.
You know, being an Egyptian black market dealer and all, I guess they kind of frown upon that over there or something. You know, I don't really know. Never been, but I can't wait to go. Then we see the David Koresh wannabe, Harrow. It was Harrow all along, holding the scarab as it points to the hidden location of Ammit's sandy resting place.
We found Ammit.
Then BAM! To who we think is Mark Spector, but I'm not so sure. He chases these men through the streets and finally, at a dead end, gets into a sarcastic, Indiana Jones vibish, dancey sort of knife fight.
Really?
Oh, what are we dancing? We fighting? What are we gonna do?
With Steven trying to talk him down the entire time, and then all of a sudden, bam! Mark Spector's in the back seat of a taxi on his way to the airport.
Don't do it, Mark. Stop being Stop.
Finding out that Steven, or someone else, was trying to shag ass and bust it completely out of Cairo. He sees the men that he just got done whooping the hell out of again, and they're shocked to see him, saying,
Talk to you. Just let us go, man.
well, a chase ensues as Mark has one against the wall asking, then BAM! He's pulling a knife out of the man's guts as he look around to notice he or someone else, Jake Lockley, has killed another in a completely different part of town. So he takes the only one that's left alive at Konshu's bidding over to the ledge to make him talk.
Take him to the ledge. He'll talk.
Whoopsie! Well,
I thought he'd talk.
it seems like the only thing he had to say was blank you, Mark Spector. After the fellow falls, Mark blames Stephen for the violence.
What the hell's wrong with you, Stephen? Me? You're the one going on a killing spree. I didn't do any of this.
And here is where my theory may be true. A third personality has taken the wheel, and I tell you what, he is one badass hombre to say the least, to see the carnage that was left in his wake. Anyway, as they try to figure out a way to find Harrow before he unleashes a gator-faced lady with
medulla oblongata,
which means
alligators ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Wow.
Konshu decides to manipulate the day and night to call upon the other gods for a meeting of the Ened, in which the avatars of the gods attend, including Mark. I think it's kind of like court. You know, you've got the accuser, the accused, and a ruling body that hands down judgment. Stephen is like a kid in a candy store because the doorway open to Mark was actually a teleport to the center of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Oh my days, we're inside. We're inside the Great Pyramid of Giza.
A place where even today, to this day, we have no idea whom or what they were built for, or exactly whom or what may have built them. Hey guys, KCB here. Time to pay some bills, so we're going to go ahead and thank today's sponsor. Hey, Bubba Ray! How you doing, buddy? Hey man, are you still having trouble with that old Volkswagen you got down there? Well, you bet you, KCB, you know it. She needs her set of points and I need a carburetor kit, but even if you can find somebody nowadays that even knows what a point is, they want a war pension for their freaking parts. It's just plain ridiculous. And don't get me started on the damn carburetor kits now, I'm telling you. Just don't. It's got me hot, you know what I'm saying? Hotter than Georgia asphalt in the middle of July. These prices. Well, Bubba Ray, have you tried to call Big Poon down there at Micro Motorworks? Big Poon? Micro Motorworks? I thought that was a golf cart shop. Well, I tell you what, Bubba Ray, you sure are in luck. Because that man's got 60 plus years experience in the Volkswagen field and nearly as many years in experience in the business. Not only that, brother, but I tell you what, he has got a collection of vintage iron that a show goat couldn't jump across. Did you say show goat? That's right, a show goat. And I bet my bank account that man knows what a carburetor kit is. I know that for a fact. So folks, if you're tired of dealing with stupid prices and people who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, why don't you guys give Big Poon and the gang at Micro Motorworks a call at 1-800-VDUBS. That's 1-800-VEEDUBZ. And you tell them KCB sent you. Y'all have a good night, yeah? Mark attends and has Konshu speaking through him to the Ened as he accuses Harrow of,
I call for judgment against Arthur Harrow.
The charges?
Conspiracy to release Ammit.
The Ened then summon Harrow, who seems like he has nothing to fear from these Egyptian gods of old, and just waltzes right into place, laid back and relaxed like he's going to a club. Little did we know he himself had a judge, the judge in fact, way deep in Harrow's pockets. Because it was Harrow all along. Harrow pulls the old lion-ass switcheroony and says it was Konshu himself that desired to resurrect Ammit, and being a jealousy, paranoid, and shamed god,
Not trust the word of a shamed God.
believing his lies, Harrow is set free to destroy the world, and Konshu is left with the threat that one more manipulation will cause him to be judged and turned into stone. Alas, an old god friend Hathor, the goddess of love and song, sends her avatar Yatzil to offer the only other way to discover the resting place of Ammit via the sarcophagus of a magi named Sinfu. Well, learning this information, Mark tries his hand at getting his information on Sinfu, but being a foreigner, he is side-eyed and shunned like a fat man at a buffet. I kid. That is until, BAM! The wife shows up and do what they do best. Shove their little nose right in and take over. Oh, and nag.
Come with me. I'll help you find what you need.
Did I say anything at all about the nagging? Because I tell you what, that's just awful. Well, on the boat ride to Layla's contact, they touch a bit on the past, and it shows that they both still care for each other and hate each other on equal amounts.
So we can get through the night, maybe let's just give our shit a rest for a moment and just try to strategize before we get to
Mogart's?
Mogart?
So I really don't see the big deal. Sounds like a day in the life of being married to a woman to me. Then they land the boat at the posh Egyptian throwdown, seemingly on the banks of the Nile River. They notice, however, they're being followed, but by whom is not yet known. They stash what seems to be go bags, or big party favor fun bags for later, and they make their way through the crowded nightclub on the banks of the Isle. Upon entering, they have a back and forth about the innuendos of the fake-ish backstory that she has given said contact.
Just got back from a honeymoon in the Maldives. It's an interesting little detail to give to him.
We are then given a glimpse of what it's like to have completely stupid amounts of money at this estate on the Nile River, with a training match, if you will, of the prowess and astonishing horsemanship called El Mer Mao. What's up, guys? It's your boy KCB here at the B1C. Quick shout out to this segment's, I guess, winner of our $35 gift card giveaway, because the first one went ahead and left to add back into the pot. Greg Cornett. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your love. Look, we're already at 300 subscribers, so we are pushing real hard to that 500. Cannot stress how much I do appreciate the love and support for everything that everybody's done for me. So this is just me trying my best to give a little bit of it back. So peace. I love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. And what that is the residents of Upper Egypt have long celebrated the birth of Islamic saints with elaborate feast of horseback riding and ta-tiab, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's an ancient performing arts using sticks. Today, the Mirma rituals, fussing religious and cultural heritage, have gained a lot of international exposure. But I tell you what, folks, what they were doing in that ring is very beautiful. Actually, someday like to see one of those uphand myself.
So what, this Joker just puts on no more mock games in his backyard for fun?
This Joker, being the host, Mr. Mogart, has the brass balls to hold a private game like this in his backyard. And Layla, I believe, trying to make Mark just a bit jealous, explains that
He gets private lessons by the best in his backyard.
Cool.
not only does he have the balls to have it in his backyard, but he has got the best gladiators, so to speak, in the entire world here at his behest just to train him. Well, the host and Layla seem to have a bit of chemistry as well as history, so instantly he and Mark just hate each other right out of the gate.
Layla, come in. Such a delight to see you.
You too.
How have you been?
Good.
But the host agrees to let them view the sarcophagus of the Magi Sinfu. Not wanting Stephen to help, Mark attempts to figure out the ancient clue to Ammit's chamber, which, of course, he can't. And Stephen refuses to help until Mark threatens violence.
All right, Stephen. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. What now?
What now?
What now is you give me the body and you piss off.
Do you want a bloodbath? Huh?
Fine, have it your way.
All right. You are the worst.
Well, as soon as he does that, Stephen gives in, and as he and Stephen are figuring out the clues, the host figures out something is off. So Bex, his right-hand man, draws down on Mark, only to have the gun taken away by Mark until he realizes Layla is in danger.
Don't.
So he quickly gives the gun back to Bex. At that very moment, guess who shows up? Yep, you guessed it. It is the judge-bribing psycho with a touch of bestiality, Mr. Will Smith himself. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wrong video. My bad. I meant Arthur Harrow. Hey, Will, I did keep
My wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Harrow drawing the host's attention like a squirrel to a nut, or most of us to something shiny.
The lore surrounding these relics, I offer proof that it's real. Nays. Godly power I offer.
Shows him a small portion of Ammit's power, converts him, and then thinks he destroys the only link that was left to anyone else finding Ammit's tomb. However, after Mark dons the suit and starts kicking some Egyptian ass,
Buy me some time.
I can do that.
Sorry. We're all worked up. Let's all just like chill the F out.
Layla discovers and takes the items left in a sarcophagus that they need to pinpoint the final resting place of the Gator Lady, Ammit. He gives the body over to Stephen. Stephen is the only one that's going to be able to figure this riddle out.
All right, go ahead, you're in. Cheers, thanks a lot.
After a loving, touching, feeling stare from Layla and Stephen, we can tell that they are falling for each other. So I am going to bet my bank account right now that this at some point is going to become an issue. Well, after they share a cigarette, Stephen puts the pieces together and figures it out. Only there is a small catch.
We should be able to triangulate the stars into coordinates, right? Let me just scan it.
Oh, well, actually, unfortunately, it's not that simple.
What they have is a star map. The ancient Egyptians invented modern navigation, and being as there aren't many landmarks in the desert, these ancient Einstein figured out a way to navigate using the sun as well as the stars. Now the problem is that Sinfu created that clue 2,000 years ago, and stars drift over time. Not much as stars go, but in that length of time, they have drifted enough to throw the star chart off. Way off. You remember the room with the staff in the correct spot at the correct time of day while the Hydra Nazis are digging for trinkets in the desert? Indiana Jones. Well, that's when Konshu steps in and, in my opinion, flips the MCU upside down and sends it right back to its infancy.
I remember that night. I remember every night. I can turn back the night sky. Do what I do.
If he just unwound the universe back 2,000 years, folks, we have got a whole entire new ball game. Think about it. That means the Infinity Stones are back. Xandar is back. Hela is back. Hell, Black Widow, Vision, and Tony Stark. I could have read that wrong, but if not, this could shake the MCU up like a James Bond martini. But in doing this, the Yemad turned Konshu into stone. take the powers away from Stephen, Mark, and Jake, and whoever else might be in his head, and the bribed god lets Harrow rub it in Konshu's face.
Can he hear us? We think so, yes. Your torment forced me. I owe my victory to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, me for one hope that dirty bastard gets to slowly digest every single syllable of every single word that he spoke to Konshu. Well, that is where we leave it for now, folks. Drop me a comment and tell me what you think about the repercussion of the universal cosmic rewind, because that has blowed my mind completely. Well, folks, now that we're at the end of the video, I appreciate you sticking with me this long, and we're going to go ahead and get to that giveaway information. The reason I'm making this video today is we are 20 subscribers away from the 500 mark. I started this channel actually a couple years ago, but I didn't really start using it until February. This is the middle of April, and I'm already halfway to being able to be where I want to be. And I cannot thank you guys for your love and support of what you've done for me for this channel. Words can't describe. I never thought it would do this. I never thought it would jump like it did. Don't forget though, we do have the 500 gift card giveaway, which is in 20 subscribers. If you're a subscriber, I want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. If not, go ahead, drop down there at the bottom, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, because what the comment will do is it'll enter you into our giveaway. And the most comments is the winner. And don't forget to smack that bell notification, that way it'll let you know when we get ready to drop a little bit of knowledge. Well, folks, that's it for me, KCB, your boy right here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I want to thank y'all again for spending your time with me today. Peace, love, and happiness, and I'll catch you on the next one.